Greetings! Today I'm going to talk about my picture of Anderson Paak. Anderson Paak played Roskilde Festival 2018 and it's already a legendary concert. It was probably the best concert of that entire festival. It was also the last concert, and there are several reasons why that's kind of important to the making of this picture. This being the last concert, you got a 4-day concert. Some people have been there for a week actually. There's also the warm-up days. You got a crowd that's really excited and they're overtired. You got to get them going from the first beat or you're going to lose them. And Anderson surely knows how to do that. If you've seen him live or, imagine his music and this Energizer Bunny that just comes out on stage with an amazing band, amazing energy, and it just makes it a thrill to photograph because it's one of those 3 songs and we have to leave kind of things. I'm not actually on the stage or anything. It's just normal festival rules. So you got 3 songs. So it's really good that he's fired up from the beginning. And I get a lot of different shots that I really like. I really love getting emotion, getting energy, getting this live feel, and getting the audience in the frame. And there were just so many opportunities to do this in the first 3 songs of this Anderson Paak concert. The main picture that I made is clearly this one. And the way that I made it, I'm following him, he's running around the stage all over, he's got this little platform, he's jumping off all the time. And remember that I mentioned it's the last concert. It's important for photographers because of the fact that at this time, a lot of the press, a lot of the international press especially, they've already left. So instead of being 20 or 25 in the photo pit, there's only 4 of us. We have space. It also means I can actually shoot with the camera over my head and I'm not annoying anyone. There's no one behind me. This is a major reason that I can make this picture. Because if you look at the composition, for me, the main thing besides Anderson jumping, the main reason this works for me is that I am able to get the audience in the corner in the composition. If you crop that out, it is just a picture of Anderson Paak jumping, which could be in a photo studio. You got to pull out, and that makes it a live concert picture, and that is super important to me. I also love having the connection between the crowd and the artist. I've shot concerts in here many times, and the only way you can get this composition is to stand in a specific place in a specific corner of the photo pit, raise the camera way above your head because I'm not allowed to be on the stage, and you can just get the crowd in, and then you just have to wait for the composition sort of to happen. And I've seen him jump off this platform several times. I'm thinking he's probably going to do that again. So I'm waiting for this shot. It's in my mind. I want to make this particular shot. I've seen it happen already. And now the beautiful thing about a live concert is that you have no control. Or very little control anyway. I mean, you can control where you point the camera, sometimes you can control a little bit where you stand, sometimes you can't. But most of it is just chaos, and I love that. You have to rely on, the moment when all of this comes together, and maybe it will never will, but maybe it will. And it did. He jumped off, I was in place, I had the composition, I fired off a couple of frames, and the rest is just that little bit of luck you need to make it, a really good image. There's a nice spotlight on him. That's very nice. There is a starburst between his legs, which I love to tell people that's on purpose, but obviously it's not. It's random. And it's also really important because your eye is just trained to go to the brightest spot in the picture. And I get the audience in the frame because I've already framed this before it actually happened. So sometimes you can be so lucky that all these elements come together in sort of a pre-framed, pre-visualized idea. There's a lot of pictures that I make sort of purely on instinct, whatever happens. And then sometimes I kind of see if this happens, it's going to be amazing. So I wait for it. I knew when I shot this picture that I probably nailed it. And then I get back to the press center and I load the files and I go, yeah, that I nailed this one. This one is a keeper. And my final sort of decision with this image was to make it black and white. And in this case, it was an obvious choice. It's very much a gut feeling for me. I just kind of look at the image and I try a color in black and white. Sometimes, like in this case, it's a lot of different colored LED lights and it's really thick haze. The color version is just messy. Your eyes want to go all over the place checking out all these weird colors. Turning it black and white, I find it just adds a clarity and thereby a stronger emotion. So in this case, it was an easy choice. I'm pretty happy with this image. I think that I pretty much nailed exactly what I wanted. The only way to make it better would be to have the audience closer and higher up, and me on stage. And none of those things were gonna happen. So based on the conditions that I had, I definitely am pretty happy with the outcome. Finally, I submitted this to the music photography competition in Scandinavia's biggest music magazine called GAFFA. They have a yearly music photography competition. I submitted this at the end of 2018 and was totally surprised, but also extremely happy, extremely honored and humbled to win not only Best Live Picture of the Year, but also overall Best Music Picture of the Year 2018. So it's just a little extra bonus with this picture where a lot of things kind of come together. And that's what I love about music photography and live music photography. You can't control all these things, you can do your best, and then sometimes you just get all of it to just come together, and it's pretty damn good. That's all for now. Shoot me any questions you like in the comments, email, whatever, and see you next time.